Right, what have you got? Have you all got your paper?
Yeah,
I have.
Those that haven't been able to mordant their paper,
Yeah.
life is not lost. Because
No.
I
I've got the cream of
got up
tartar.
all right, I got up, good girl. I got up at the crack of dawn and I thought, what will happen if I just use ordinary paper? Well, this is watercolor paper.
Right.
And just put it in and steam it. But I chose flowers with a lot of color. So this is watercolor paper just being put in a vat of water, steamed for half an hour in the Aga. So this yellow is a wallflower.
Yes.
Yeah. This one here, actually, I'm about to swap cameras. You may not be able to hear me, but you should see better. Let me try. Let me just swap cameras. Right. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's good.
This is Heather.
Oh, yeah.
I've got two.
That's lovely.
And this here is grape hyacinth. And here I've got some leaves. Come out of it. Can I go in and make it a bit sharper? Yeah, let's try and make it sharper.
I think if you take it back.
Yeah, take it back. I don't think you're going to see the effect.
No, that's
but
it.
Anyway,
Starting now, yeah.
The leaves, and you can see the veins. Now this was just done in ordinary. Oh, and this pretty purple here, I've got some irises coming up in, not irises, violets coming up in the lawn.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, look at the daffodils.
Violets. They're not violets. They're violets. Yeah, violets. You will buy me my sweet violets. Gosh, look, I've got my hands.
Good.
And this one here is forget-me-not. So that was just done in ordinary water.
Well, now, I think that's brilliant.
How much water then, Heather?
Sorry?
How much water?
Well, what I did, I will demonstrate. I show you exactly how much water, because it's all going to be the same. So I go through each.
Right. Okay.
So, then I said, right, water, cream of tartar, and vinegar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got them.
Now I forgot to put the cream of tartar in. So if you put the cream of tartar in, what that does is make your colour zing, get really bright.
Right, okay.
This is just water and vinegar. We're going to have a great reveal now, because I haven't. So Anne, you were saying how much water? I put mine on a tile.
All right.
You can put it on bits of wood, but I haven't got any bits of wood wide enough. I just put it on a tile, then put something else on top. One woman on YouTube puts a old cook pot with
all right,
water in it to hold it down. Just enough water, just so it creates steam around it. I know Trixie is an old kitchen steamer, don't you, Trixie?
Yeah, and I bought myself a really cheap vegetable steamer for £12 in Morrison's, and I use that. That's good as well. But it's
right. Have to look at that. Right, this is the reveal, because of when you make your sandwiches up, you sometimes have quite a depth. Like I've got an old Spanish bluebell here from the garden. You have quite a depth, and you get a gap, so you don't get so much of a gap. They suggest you use an old piece of cloth. Right, let's have a look, see what we've got.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah.
Now I've used different types of paper. This one on top is I think it's sketchbook paper. Yeah, sketchbook paper, because you can see the right. And this is just vinegar. I just soaked the paper in vinegar. That was my mordant. It shouldn't really work.
Is
I
that
got some
white vinegar then?
just white vinegar, yes.
Yeah.
Malt vinegar would colour the paper, and if you
Yeah,
wanted,
that's right.
I don't see why not. I'll take the wallflowers off first.
Ah,
And here, these two little, they are for my Pittosporum tree. The flowers, and they have taken very well. I've got a Pittosporum leaf, which has, they don't do very well, the leaves, the flowers have. Here I've got two bluebells, well, Spanish bluebells. They're not particularly good. Now heather is brilliant. Here's my heather.
Oh, yeah.
It leaves a
Oh,
lovely
yes.
oh,
right.
hmm,
So that is mainly wallflowers, heather,
yes.
Pittosporum. Do you all know what Pittosporum is?
Yeah.
A small leaf, yeah. Great
Yeah.
for flower arranging. So I'll pull that up. I'm pleased with that.
Yes,
Yeah.
lovely. That's really good.
Lovely, yeah.
These wallflowers, and that's just vinegar. That's all I put in there was just vinegar. Because normally I put a bit of salt in when I do it. Now this is a piece of cotton canvas which I got when I was out in. It came from Lidl's. When I was out in Malta 2 years ago, they got Lidl's out there, but they have different things to us, and they had beautiful watercolor paper, cotton watercolor paper. Not so good, but it's subtle. So that's
Yes.
a leaf. That's a leaf, and a bit of bluebell. Camellia. Ruth, you're camellia.
All right.
Was that a leaf? Did you say that was a leaf?
It was a little flower bud.
Okay.
Yes.
I've got some more which I'm going to put in with my other paper, but we won't have time to see it today, I don't think. What I would do is I'll mordant it and then show you online. So that is it's subtle, but it's not very bright. It obviously needs a bit more. There's heather on the back here. That didn't take at all. This is printing paper. It's not it's about 80 to 90 grams. This is just ordinary printing paper which you do prints on. Again, not very clear. It's good to experiment.
Yes. Yes.
Lorna, I'm doing my reveal of I just put vinegar in this. I just quickly show Lorna, this was the first one I did this morning, which was just paper.
Right.
Just not paper, just water. What did I do with it? Oh, this was I just put some, wrong camera. I've got two cameras on the go. This was grape hyacinths and wallflowers, and that was just putting all. This is ordinary watercolor paper in water, boiled for half an hour.
Right.
That's heather. That's violets, wallflowers, grape hyacinths. Okay. Now this is vinegar paper, and I've done a selection of different papers. I started with sketch paper. I did a watercolor canvas paper, not very good. But now we're on the printing paper, and so which I've got. And as I said, it hasn't taken very well. Obviously needs to be mordated. It's a daffodil, a dandelion. I think the blues come out better. Yes, look.
Yes,
grape
that's come out
hyacinth.
better. Yes.
And a bit more of this leaf. No, hardly any at all. Now, if I'd have put iron in the water or used iron water, I think it would have taken better. The iron would have left a mark. Sorry, Trixie.
It wouldn't come out black, more black.
But it come up, yeah, it'd be more, bit more like this, more definition in the
Yeah,
black.
yeah.
And this is the Camille, right? So there we are. We won't bother with using plain printing paper. Right, we'll get rid of that one to one side to dry. And we'll, I was saying, if you, because I've done layers and layers, if you put material between the layers, it helps press them down, helps get them right. And this is more of that sketch paper. These are Spanish bluebells, don't worry, I'm not broken the law. The Pittosporum's taken quite well, and the leaf there, can you see the leaf print on that one?
Yes. Yes.
Camera nearer. And again, the wallflowers. It may be different as the year goes on because there's more tannin in the oh,
I
and yes,
find the yellow flowers like daffodils and that come out very well, don't they?
they do.
The yellow.
This bit here, lift it up. The forget-me-nots have come out quite brown.
Oh yes.
And here I've got the remains of a primrose.
Oh,
It's there, it's very subtle.
yeah.
If you like things to be subtle. Right, that's the sketch paper again. And last, but this is oh, Heather, get your brain into gear. 160 photocopier paper, 160 GSM photocopier paper. What I use to do my bits, which I print off of Create and Craft, etc. There. And this, and so this should only had vinegar. If I put cream of tartar in, I think it would have been more zingy. I think. Just get rid of all these because they're all this is a selection of everything we've done before. It's very slimy.
Yeah.
So that's just subtle. But the sketch paper I think took very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. I'll put this to one side and put them down on the ground here. They can, and I'll show you what you're to do now with your selection. Ugh. And the smell of cooked vegetation isn't pleasant either. So you've got a board or something. I did write this down ages ago, so I probably should have repeated it in the what you needed. You need something, a base, something to put your that your dog I can hear snoring, Trix, Lorna. No, it can't be because you've got your on
No, I
silent.
muted myself. I've got one here.
Oh, it's lovely.
Right. So what you need, I've a piece of wood. I've got an old tile, which is perfect. And something,
Right.
yeah, you need something to base. And whatever you're cooking, please don't go and make cooking something joint in it. I don't want it dying. Okay, so you start then with your base plate, and then an old piece of sheeting or cloth just to put down so that you've got some cushioning. Then you take your papers. Now this is more, this has been mordanted, okay, with alum. So I put that down now, and now I'm going to put it on this. So it's going to be interesting. I'm using the same group of flowers we used before to see how much better it takes. So as a Spanish bluebell, some heather, some more of this Pittosporum with the leaf. And if you're very artistic, you can arrange it. Or what I didn't use before, because I didn't realize I had any out, is columbine, which has got a spider's web in it. Oh, what's the other name? Aquilegia, Spanish bonnet. because you want leaves that are very fibrulated, you know, fussy. So put that down. And I'm going to use a bit of wallflower. And a bud. There we are, and I'm going to fold that over. So whatever you put it on, make sure it's bigger than the paper you're using, because it will squitch out the sides. Right, next one. I'm now using, this is the 160 GSM photocopy paper, which I use, as I said, for making tags and bits. So onto this one, I'm going to put some violets. We've had loads of violets on the lawn. I told Brian he couldn't cut the lawn until I'd done this demonstration.
It was pretty, isn't it?
They're lovely.
Mm.
Put a couple of those on. Montbretia, Aubretia or Montbretia, I can never remember. Montbretia, Aubretia.
No, Aubretia.
Aubretia.
Thank you. I get them mixed up the whole time, Trixie. Aubretia's purple, Montbretia's spiky, is it?
Yeah, orange.
Orange, yeah. Right, we'll set some of that. There we are. Put those two down there. My tulips are nearly over, so I went and pinched a bit of tulip petal. Tulips. There. Primroses.
Pretty.
I've got one primrose. And as I was coming in, I could see I had some hydrangea leaves.
Ah.
And this is a leaf of oxeye daisy. All of a sudden, I think the sun we've had the last couple of days, everything's shooting up. Whether there's enough tannin in it, probably July, August may be the best time to do this. But you've got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm going to fold it over. And I'm going to get another piece of, right. I'm now going to try some of this.
Is that all dry, Heather? Is that
I dried it. I did dry it because I did it last night, so it has dried.
Okay, and it will work.
But when you put it into your vat, you pour. I usually pour boiling water over to help it on, and then I put the lid on.
Right. Okay.
Right. Now onto this one, I'm going to put what we'd used before, so just to see. So that's a piece of wallflower, some heather, a few bits of Spanish bluebell, I'm going to put a bit of the used spawn just to see if there's still enough tannin in it. Okie doke. And I'm going to do the same with the grape hyacinth because there's not much space, so I'm going to fold those over. Oh, I've got a spare dandelion. Put dandelion in. Dandelion as well. And last but not least, it's the sketch paper. So what I will do, I think I will put a layer over. This is damp now, so that's probably going to help with the process. And I'll put this one over, making sure that ants, brought ants in from the garden. Making sure it's covered. Right, there we are. Right, pull this one back. One. What have we got here? Oh, I've got quite a few bits here still. Forget me not. Aquilegia head. They make a lovely purple dye if you're going to be, or blue dye, if you're going to be doing material, these make a fabulous dyes. To pick loads and loads of heads and make a dye vat with them, just by dropping them into warm water, leaving them, then draining the dye off.
Oh.
Another dandelion. Oh, I've got a red flower. Grape hyacinth. I have got some flowers left in the garden. Honesty. I've got white honesty as well, but white and white won't do. Primrose. Don't know what this is. I think it's a weed. It was growing up the side of the wall. I thought, well, I'll see what happens. Yeah, a bit more. Sure. Oh, last of my windflowers. I think that's enough in there. Right, let's put it over. And just to finish off, I've got so many flowers here. I don't want to make too many dye vats. I'm going to make just a pile here. So what I will do, I make a pile and I'm going to put one knot in, and I'm going to put it in and just do it as it is. The next lot, this lot here I'm doing now, which I'll just make up, I will put in again once I've taken the first lot out, and I shall add cream of tartar to it just to see if it does zing it a bit more. Because I know when I do wool dyeing, I've used stuff with cream of tartar, it completely changes the colour. It really intensifies it. Don't think I've got any of my pictures here, my wall pictures here, no, they're too far. But the colour is completely different. Either it locks it in more, or it brightens it. It does something to it. Well, I think that's enough on that one. If I'm going to use all these. That one there. Right. Yeah, because I've moulded all this paper. I might as well do something with it. Now, it's very similar to the process we did with the material. Who did the material? Ruth did the material, didn't you, Ruth?
Yes, I did. Yes.
And Trixie did. Did you, Trixie?
I have. I didn't do it with you because I wasn't there that day.
No, but you've done it before. Yeah.
Yes.
Lorna, you did it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So it's basically the same, it's just using paper. Because with what Catherine and Anne, you didn't do it, did you?
No.
No, it's just that we molded it, did it with alum. Alum is a very good mordant. I've seen a wonderful thing to do with eggs using silk. Printed silk, old printed silk scarves. My daughter Gemma, whenever she comes across something, you know, crafty, you know, she lets me know what's going. You know, she says, "Oh look, Mum, try this. I've seen this on whatever," and it's eggs. And I think you mold. I have to read it again. I think they molded the eggs. You don't eat them, by the way.
No.
In alum, and then you put a scarf around it, and then you boil it, and the print from the scarf goes into the egg, and you get it transfers it. But it's got to be silk. You can't do it with polyester. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll put it on the WhatsApp page. Because I think the only person that's not on WhatsApp now is Janice, isn't it? I'm just going to chuckle. Ivy leaf. They came out quite well. I'm just chucking all the rest on here. It's going to be a mishmash, but hey ho. You've got to have one. This is a mishmash, haven't you? Right, so those, I'm going to put those to one side, and they will go in the next lot. Now, once you've got we've got something on the front of my screen. We have got 9 minutes. Right, once you've got it so far, put either another piece of wood or even a pot, but something to cover it, and then put it in to steam either in the oven or on top of the hob for half an hour, or even in a steamer. I'm going to buy myself a new steamer because my dial on my steamer. Let's just swap videos. No, not that one. Right, I'm back. Yeah, because of the little bit time gone.
How long did you have to steam it for, Heather?
Sometimes make sure it's covered. I like to do it for 3/4 of an hour. They say half, but I'm one of these people. If it says 4 ounces, I put 4.5.
Yeah.
Right, the reveal. I've just taken these out of the oven and I have cooled them a bit. So that's the first one. This is just the plain mordant. I put in the oven just now the cream of tartar. Now let's pull this one back. This is the paper, the 160 gram weight paper. And let's have a look. Oh, some pretty ones there. This is the, look at that, that's the Granny's bonnet. And this one here, the brown one by my knuckle there, that's the red clematis. Right. Yeah. Lovely blue violet there. It's the violet. That's very pretty. That one there, the violet. This one here is that one there is a forget-me-not. And this is a bit more of the Marguerite Daisy's leaf. Very pretty. I'll photograph these when they're dry and put them on the site. That's that one. Next one. This is the printing paper. As I said, these are all have been allumed. Oh, beautiful ones there. Let's pull this back. Well, that was the Pittosporum that went in for a second time. Look how well that took. This is the beautiful daisy, and I think that one here was heather. Right, I'll put those to one side. Now this is the Lidl's watercolour paper. Right, wow, these have taken really well. The heather's quite nice. Dandelion is quite subtle. Dandelion either side. Pittosporum, no it's not, yes it is, Pittosporum. That's quite a nice colour. This was the second time in with the grape hyacinth. This one here. There we are. And last, this is the sketch paper. This is a bit rusty because I put a rusty tin on it to hold it down, and it's transferred to the paper. Actually, it's given quite a nice effect. We stopped. Oh no, we haven't stopped. Let me see if I can pick this up. So we have got, it'll probably make you seasick now. This is the this one here is the Aubrietia. This is the red wallflower. This one here is the
Grape hyacinth. Oh. This daisy one here is the windflower anemone. This was this weed, or whatever that weed was, has made a beautiful print. Sunflower. I will write on them once they're dried, see what they are. That's plain Morden.